I was born in Naples in a big family where meals were the highlight of each day. We gathered around the table 2 times a day for lunch and dinner to share the food prepared by our nanny, Lina. Lina cooked for my family for about 54 years. She worked for my great grandmother, for my grandmother, and then for our family. I remember when she was cooking in the kitchen, hanging around her, watching what she was doing, and absorbing all the gesture, the smell. And I think this is the way I learned how to cook. Actually, I'm not a trained chef, I'm an architect. And after my degree in architecture, I traveled by bike all around the world for about 15 years. I went to many places such as Alaska, New Zealand, Ecuador, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, Australia, Lapland, all over Europe, and at that time life was wild and free. After the birth of our daughter Elsa, my family and I moved to Tuscany. We bought this house that at that time was a rundown farmhouse. It took 3 years to make the renovation and all my strength and my energy, and I made a sustainable project. I used only organic materials and I tried to make a good recipe for my house too. In the past 20 years, I have been cooking with people from all over the world, and my purpose was to teach authentic Italian recipes, but also help them to make the journey from processed food to real food. I believe in home cooking, in eating a lot of vegetables, in the power of fresh and good ingredients. My mantra in the kitchen is the best use of the simplest ingredients. I try to buy seasonal, organic, and local products. Two staples in my kitchen are my extra virgin olive oil, pressed from the olives that grow on my property, and fresh cut herbs from the garden. We have lost connection to the ingredients that nourish us. Living in a world of processed food, home cooking can bridge that gap and help us to gain control over what we eat and, in return, how we feel. Sometimes people are intimidated by the act of cooking. They judge very hard themselves when they're in the kitchen. What I suggest is this: instead of simply relying on a recipe, use your creativity and instinct. Use your palate, connect with your taste buds, smell, taste along the way. For me, cooking is a creative experience that involves mind and body, smell and touch, food and imagination. It is an act of love and generosity because it's something that we do also for others.